Hello and welcome. Tonight I'm appearing in a story about a machine and a man who wanted everything perfect. Romance usually comes to the accompaniment of soft music and candlelight. Well, in our story tonight, we tell a different kind of love story. A romance controlled by an electronic computer machine. And if you don't think it could happen, just watch. It happens to me in tonight's story. Andrew, one of the girls wants to know if she... Your friend, Miss Efficiency Spencer, she called to find out if your mechanical brain has chosen the new vice president.
The 1620 is a highly complex data processing machine. Similar to, but not precisely a brain as we think of one. It has a memory made up of magnetic ferrite cores. It can just as readily select a new vice president for us as it can solve any other scientific problem. It will type its selection on the typewriter.
You're evading. I wouldn't want to be needling one of our future vice presidents.
Whether or not I have been selected is of relatively small importance. For the first time, Miss Lawson, the choice has been on a totally scientific basis. No one can sip cocktails with the 1620, or allow it to beat them at golf, or give it prejudices.
Well, good luck then. In the meantime, do you mind if I let one of our poor little human girls go home early?
Oh, whatever you decide. You were selected from hundreds of applicants precisely for your aptitude in handling people by this 1620.
Thank you. Both of you.
Oh, I'll go directly to lunch from Mr. Gormley's office.
Are you planning on eating underwater today?
I beg your pardon?
Skin diving, anyone?
Oh, it's going to rain.
Rain? Today?
Well, I ran a monthly forecast. It predicts a 94.379 probability of rain. 94.379 is good enough for me. I'll see you after lunch. Don't get wet.
He's here, Mr. Gormley. Yes, sir. He'd like you to wait.
I see you have the selections. May I congratulate you in advance?
Not yet, Miss Spencer. It wouldn't be ethical for anyone to see these before Mr. Gormley. Not even me.
You're certain to be a vice president. You've put this whole company on an efficient basis.
Not really me. The 1620 did the job.
The two of you together. We never even had one before you came. Yes, sir. Go right in. You'll be president someday. You didn't... You weren't?
My name was in here.
That's impossible. Everyone knows you're the brightest young man in the company.
Nevertheless.
Something must be wrong with the machine. Or else the program evaluating factors were incomplete.
Impossible. If it has rejected me, then I am somehow unworthy. The 1620 does not err. Let's see you get out of that.
Nope. It's not raining in here either.
Raining in here? No.
Oh, I've just had a delightful walk in the park. The birds are singing and the buds are budding, and the sun is shining.
Oh. I didn't go out for lunch. I thought a game of chess might clear my mind.
What's the matter? Oh. Don't tell me you weren't selected by your own machine. Oh, I'm sorry, Andrew. I know I kid you a lot, but even I know you're the best qualified. What happened?
It's checkmate. The end of the game.
What's that, then?
Here. Read it.
Sorry, old man, you lose. But thanks for the game. Well, it's very polite. But it's wrong. And so are you to rely on it so completely.
Miss Lawson. These machines can increase the range of man's thoughts as much as tools extended his physical powers. I've devoted my entire career to the art of cybernetics.
Well, I guess that's the difference between us. I deliberately chose a job where I could deal with people.
You don't appreciate it. The 1620 uses the latest linear programming techniques to pick out my suits. Shirts and ties, to give me the most variety for the least expense. It measures the exact proportion of vitamins and calories to keep me in tip-top condition. Feel my biceps, Miss Lawson. Perfect pectorals. Why allow human emotions to cause errors when I have the 1620? It's absolutely infallible.
Well, then, how did it make a mistake about your promotion?
That's the trouble. It didn't.
You mean you accept its judgment over yours and mine and everybody else in the company?
Our judgment is clouded by emotion.
Oh, you're a bigger idiot than I thought you were.
All right. All right. I'll prove it to you, and R.J. Gormley, too. We'll run a complete reanalysis of every man recommended by the 1620 and compare them to me.
Now, what good will that do?
The 1620 is not misguided by personal feelings. It will unblushingly tell why it has rejected me.
Oh, you're so quiet I fell asleep. Well,
I found out.
don't keep me in suspense. What is your secret flaw? Is it something you'd rather not talk about?
I'm single.
Single?
Single. There is a significant factor in favor of married men. Statistically, they are simply more stable than single. Naturally, the computer took that into consideration. Every one of the men selected is married.
But you're not a statistic. A lot of little holes punched in a roll of paper tape. If anyone is stable, it's you. Single or no single.
Objectivity works both ways, I'm afraid. I can't disregard my computer simply because it points out my one weak spot.
Oh, boy. I give up. You're hopeless.
It's very late. Thank you for staying with me.
I surrender. I know when I'm licked.
94.379, probably.
I said I surrender. Look, I only have on this light coat, and you've got a car. If you give me a lift, I'll give you a good home-cooked dinner.
Well, I don't know.
Oh, come on. I might even throw in a cocktail.
Let me see. I believe my diet specializes in leafy green vegetable and...
Diet. You'll settle for a steak.
Well, all right. Thanks.
Good night, 1620. And congratulations on the rain. Glad I had you licked this time.
I told you, Miss Lawson. 1620 is always right.
Your leafy green vegetable is cooking. We have time for just one drink before I put the steaks on. How much vermouth? Or haven't you found out from the 1620?
It's a teetotaler.
How's that?
Well, unscientific, but very good.
You know, I think that monster of yours is reading love stories on the sly.
The only thing I don't understand is why married men should be more stable than single.
Well, here's to single men.
And single ladies.
Very unstable. But happy.
It must be true, though.
What must be true? Here, make yourself useful.
That marriage gives a man stability. More incentive to work so he can pay the rent and feed his family.
Oh, I think it's something different.
Different? How?
Oh, I think everyone needs someone to depend on, share things with, the good as well as the bad. And people in love, they have each other.
Keeps them from being erratic, impetuous?
No, lonely. Lonely people try everything to keep from being lonely. And that makes them more restless and less stable.
You want this?
Oh, you put it in there.
You know, I think you're right.
About being lonely? Just a theory.
No, it's true. Now, I've been lonely. I've had a sense of something incomplete, something missing.
I know what you mean.
Unconsciously, the 1620 told me exactly how I really feel. I should be married.
Maybe you should.
Oh, I'm going to.
Get married?
The sooner the better.
You mean you just made up your mind just like that?
Oh, of course.
I didn't even know you had a girl.
Oh, I don't.
Coffee will be ready in a minute.
Anything I can do?
Oh, no, thank you. Now, wasn't that steak better than your old soybeans? Or whatever else your diet called for?
Oh, it certainly was. Do you like to cook, Anne?
Yes. But the most fun is watching people enjoy it. Boy, did you ever devour your dinner.
What else do you like, besides watching people gobble your food?
Well, now, that's kind of a personal question. From a man who notices machines instead of girls.
Well, just curious.
Oh, movies, dancing, reading, the usual pastimes. But my secret passion is traveling. I love seeing new places and meeting new people.
Do you like children or just adults?
Oh, adults are fun to trade ideas with, but I think children are much more honest. Find out more about yourself from them than you do your friends.
Do you think that mutual friends or mutual interests are more important? Well, for a married couple, I mean. Did you hear me?
Yes, I heard you, but...
But what?
What are you doing?
Well, as long as I've decided to get married, it has to be done scientifically. I'm compiling a questionnaire.
How romantic.
I'll make an exhaustive survey and complete it on every girl I know. I'll have the perfect mate, chosen by machine. I'm so glad you could make it tonight, Elsie.
I'd have broken a date with the president, Mr. Harwell.
These, first, are true or false. The Declaration of Independence was signed in Philadelphia.
It was?
There's, no catch, Elsie, just true or false.
What has the Declaration of Independence got to do with anything?
Oh. Well, these were designed to evaluate your educational background.
Gee, Mr. Harwell, most of the questions I get asked can be answered yes or no.
Now, you say you never hated your father. What about your mother?
I only hated her when she wouldn't let me date men like you, who owned convertibles.
Well, that's all the personal history questions.
They weren't very personal, Andrew.
Let's, plunge ahead to the multiple choice. This is vocabulary testing. Now, the word soporific means A, drowsy, B, lazy, C, soapy. Select the answer most nearly correct.
None of the above.
None? None of the above?
It means kiss to me.
But that's not one of the choices.
It should be. Come here, Andy.
May we continue?
Delighted.
You're the only one who doesn't seem to mind.
Mind, I think it's a splendid idea. You and I, Mr. Harwell, are soulmates. We understand the need for scientific detachment.
You're a fine woman, and your scores have been excellent so far.
Oh, thank you. That encourages me. I hope you won't mind.
Mind what?
Well, it's such a good idea. I brought one of my own. I thought we could alternate questions.
Fine. Ladies first.
Harwell, comma, Andrew. Mother's maiden name.
Have a card prepared, please.
Miss Efficiency Spencer. Can't beat 'em, join 'em. What happened?
I thought everyone had gone home.
I couldn't.
Why not?
I ask you first. What happened? From out there, you look like an expectant father outside the delivery room.
The program branched to a halt.
Without telling you who to marry?
Well, insufficient information or unsolvable problem. That's why it stopped.
It has more sense than you do.
No. I set it to find a girl who was perfect. Now I'll have to reprogram it and be satisfied with the best of the lot.
Now you listen to me, Andrew Harwell. No girl is perfect. And I resent being insulted by a machine.
There's nothing the matter with the computer. It's human beings who have emotions and have weaknesses.
Like me, I suppose.
Well, if the shoe fits.
At least I have enough sense not to let a heap of transistors wind me up every morning. Tell me how to live.
The 1620 is a highly scientific machine.
Oh,
Highly
it's
complex.
made you into a conceited, unopinionated, flabby-spirited instrument instead of a man.
Emotion. Human emotion. The 1620 would never carry on like that.
The 1620 isn't in love with you.
I hardly think so. In love?
Yes, in love. Oh, it's a wonderful machine. It processes information and evaluates more things than 1,000 men. But what does it know about the chemistry between two people?
What chemistry?
The reason you marry someone. When the right two people are together, it just happens.
Like never wanting to leave her? Your heart thumping? Not being able to work?
No machine can measure that.
How would you be sure that it was the right two people?
I'll show you.
What about the surveys I made? The questionnaires? This is so unscientific.
Now, who are you gonna marry? Me or the machine?
I guess it just doesn't know about love. Yet.
This has been a 4-star production.